From people growing more and more frustrated with Elon Musk to all the promises the Twitter killer's making to keep users, here's the real reason Threads is so popular right now. A little birdie told me that Twitter's got a new rival in town. I'm sure you all know by now about the very similar text-based conversation app Threads that had users flocking to it the minute it was launched. Now I'm here to tell you what all that hype is really about, and if it's worth switching over from Twitter. Honestly, it just might be, especially if you're one of the hundreds of people getting tired of the way Elon's handling Twitter right now. In October 2022, the tech billionaire got his hands on the ever-so-popular app. Did you know that users were actually happy about his Twitter takeover at first? Yup. They thought he'd bring some cool and user-friendly features with him. Yeah, we all know how that went. Instead of bringing something worthwhile to the table, Elon did what Elon does best. He made sure he'd dry the platform for every cent that he could. Remember the coveted blue check mark? The one that was only given to verified public figures and accounts. Yeah, that can now be bought by anyone with $8 to spare every month. That was only the beginning, though. It was followed by restricting free speech. I'm not kidding. Elon made sure that users understood that smack-talking him would result in their accounts being suspended or a complete ban from the app. People are sick of the billionaire playing the role of an online dictator and are looking for a better platform to share their random thoughts on. In fact, the one that the former CEO of Twitter moved over to, Bluesky, could have been the next best thing if Meta hadn't gotten their gears running. After Twitter began screwing up big time, users started relying on Instagram for their daily dopamine fix, or even revived their ancient Facebook accounts for some good old debating. Instagram even introduced the Notes feature, similar to Stories, where users can put up text messages for their followers for 24 hours. That still wasn't good enough. Unhappy Twitter users still wanted something just like Twitter, but not Twitter, and Meta bolted for the new opportunity. They got to work and launched Threads on July 5th, 2023. Threads accounts are linked to existing Instagram accounts, making them super easy to sign up for. Which was a smart move, because as of July 14th, 2023, barely 10 days into its release, the app gained over 111 million users, and the numbers keep growing. When users create a Threads account, they can choose to display their account number in their Insta bio, and that created a snowball effect that led to its rapid growth. People became curious and quickly started getting their Threads. Meta's baby project grew fast in numbers. When word got out that there was a newer, better place to share your thoughts or tell the world what you had for lunch, influencers couldn't help but find out more for themselves. There it was, a simple sign-up process and a user-friendly interface. Everything was straightforward, and it felt like classic Twitter, but more sleek and exciting. Businesses and organizations seized the opportunity too, and they're already looking for every way to make their money out of it. Now, of course, the fastest-growing app in history is creating a major shift in social media. Traffic across older platforms began dwindling, and all anyone can focus on is Threads. It offers Instagram users the ability to follow everyone they already follow, with Twitter's simple conversational threads and Facebook's old-school sense of community. People could shift their existing networks over easily, without having to rebuild their presence on the app from square one. Still, the platform lacks a lot of features. Users have been annoyed by a bunch of things, like the lack of a chronological feed. Posts seem pretty randomly integrated into users' feeds. I mean, we could just look at the date it was posted, but life's hard enough as it is. It's actually kind of messy and disorganized. We need things in their rightful place, man. Besides that, there's no following page, hashtags, emojis, or even a trending topics section. See, Instagram already offers trending and following pages with separate feeds. Then why couldn't Meta's Threads team just move that over to their app too? Also, seriously, come on, how can you not have hashtags? It's the one thing that Twitter's trending topics section is based on. And although Instagram doesn't have a dedicated trending hashtags page, users are still able to look up popular hashtags. Emojis. Why would emojis not be a thing on any platform? Now, how am I supposed to express my cute aggression or my whining over having to go to work? Okay, I know it might be unfair of us to complain about it already. It's still a lot newer than other platforms. But with popularity comes criticism and controversy. And the Threads team is not too familiar with the scrutiny when it came under fire for privacy concerns. Many old-school users find it shady and are worried that Meta might misuse Threads to gain more personal information from them. Maybe some users may not share something with Instagram or Facebook, but they might end up sharing it with Threads. Or they give the new app accesses that the former apps never had. A lot can happen, and we wouldn't actually know it until it's too late. There's already been an instance of a Threader's privacy breach. There was some noise across social media that a worker in the adult industry who strictly went by her work name online found her legal name being displayed on her brand new profile. Yikes, that's a serious boundary overstep, and it could totally affect the worker's safety. She claimed that she tried everything she could to get rid of it, but she found out that she couldn't delete her Threads, unless she completely deleted her Instagram first. That was a surprising revelation, especially because, like her, many individuals and businesses rely on Instagram to pay their bills. So, what happens if somebody decides not to use Threads anymore? Their profile would have to lie dormant with their name and followers on it until the platform decides to introduce the obvious measures it needs, which are to maintain users' private information or not obtain it in the first place, and the ability to delete the profile independently. So much more can be done to make it perfect. And luckily, Threads is promising it all. The Instagram team has promised to work on improvements and include a long list of existing and new features on Threads. The Twitter killer app is in the works, and users are expecting to see hashtags, emojis, chronological feeds, trending feeds, and topics, as well as lists, translations, and a bigger web presence. Skeptics can now hope to see their privacy concerns resolved as well, although there hasn't been much said about it. I mean, if you've got your life plastered online, you can't be surprised at the fact that someone out there would find it and find a way to make use of your information. Speaking of information being leaked, there was also a leaked Threads document that revealed what's next. It will also incorporate the multi-account feature Instagram has, the edit post option, which was also an obvious one they missed, and an only followed tab to see posts from your favorite accounts. I know it's all sounding so great and we're all on the edge of our seats right now, but there's some stuff we might not see for a while. The only conversations you can have on Threads are out in the open. Everyone you follow can see it, and anyone who engages with your post. Their own followers can see it too. So, no, we don't get to have direct messaging yet. As for content creators, there is one gaping hole in the mix. There have been discussions online over the ability to control uploaded media quality, but still, no sight of multimedia quality setting options. That could really hurt influencers, photographers, musicians, and the list goes on and on. You also can't double tap to like posts, which may seem inconvenient at first, but there's a good reason we may never see it. Adam Mosseri himself, the head of Instagram, replied to users' concerns about it saying, "We tried. The issue is you need to be able to tap on the thread to open the full thread, and you really don't want to have an element where you can both tap and double tap." Well, that sounds about right to me. And there it is. From all the promises the Twitter killer's making to keep users, to people growing more and more frustrated with Elon Musk, that's the real reason Threads is so popular right now.